Left the pushcart in the rose garden and came to the embassy. Took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. I had some free time, so I wandered around. Spotted the chimney. Chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? Okay. Wanted to play Santa for no reason in the middle of March. Thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore. You're just gonna have to reason it out with me. This is actually more reasonable here, though, than it would be in court, where you're, you know, under oath and go to jail for lying. Here, he's just a dude talking to another dude. It doesn't mean anything. He can say, like, I'm not gonna tell you unless you... No, I didn't think... This is already strange, because I thought he left the pushcart in the building. Being carried by dogs on a stretcher. We didn't hear anything about this. Incapacitated, okay. She fell unconscious. Hysterical. I didn't get a chance to look at this. Okay, fine. It's already almost time to end the stream. We'll keep going. We'll finish this out, though. A chimney like that is a rare thing. I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed. Romantic na chimney. This is true. Down at Gourd Lake. Gingenberg. Sure he does. You just gotta read other countries' stories about Santa. Pretty sure German Santa goes down and kills the family, right? Something like that? Raise an objection. Why not? You saying your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely, you hit the nail on the head. I have no idea why we've cornered him. Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world. He did graduate from junior high, you know. Do we even have a picture of... Where's his girlfriend? Did he mean to deliver the present to this guy? Did he think he was gonna come down the chimney into this room? I'm actually pretty confused. Hang on. Damn it. Edgy. Looks like you can say totally irrelevant things too, just like me. It would appear I was mistaken. There really is only one person it could be.
Take that.
See, that's such a... If Pink Princess had been an option, that's what I would have had. If his girlfriend had been on there, but he didn't mean to that's poorly worded. Whoops.
Take that.
No, I wonder, I don't know Wendy's name in Japanese. But I wonder how they managed to mess this up. Like that he has terrible, you know, kanji handwriting. Drew an ambiguous pictoform that looked like it could have been either name. The frick? What? I thought it was that he didn't know that she was right? Oh, fine. But that's not true. She's the one with the hots for me. Sexy beam. Sexy beam. You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man. Doesn't, what's her name from Disgaea? She has a sexy beam, right? Freaking, Edna? Echidna? I don't know what her name is. Is it Edna? What is her name? The one with the axe. Well, I guess it's Disgaea. You can change her class to whatever you want, but... Edna doesn't sound right at all. Inga. No. I'm gonna have to look it up. Etna. Okay. That was actually really close. Etna. Looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. We're not in court at the moment. It looks just like what you do in court. I wish this text was like 10% faster. At least. Although I guess it would be kind of like if it was just me clicking as fast as I could to get through things and, you know, reading at top speed. If I was really clicking through as fast as I was reading, I wouldn't be reading even a little bit of it out loud. And it would probably be even more boring to watch. I dressed up as Santa and climbed to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then to top it all off, it became a suspect in murder. That's what you're doing. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Dots? More dots? Okay, stop dots. Someone say something. Not as a confession, but as testimony? What if I am? Is something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? Although early times of routine of other Wolfman was to place to finally close, now I have served completely attuned to them in eternity. I'm so inspired. Nothing further for me to prove at this point. I'm totally a pro at this now. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. This is the final point you wish to make. Hold on, all the energy I have and told it to you with all my soul. In that case, allow me to take that soul and break it. Damn! Okay. Eek! Yeah, come out from behind there and face this like a man.
Hold it!
I think it's gonna be the letter, but I don't know where they want me to present it.
Not so fast!
Not so fast!
Hold it!
Arrgh. So maybe it really is the first one.
Objection!
Yay! Even now, like, I'm curious to see how the case ends up, but I wish I was more invested in this. Wendy, I was descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. Descend on her from above. This is also probably a pun in Japanese. Arrgh. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing. You are not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you are attempting to pay Ms. Mindy a visit. Part of this letter shows that the person... Do they want me to point out this down here, that he writes his eyes funny? Like, this is, you know, the name part, but... Well, wait, here's also another eye. Oh my gosh. I'll feel really dumb if I pick this and we're like, no, we wanted you to point to the name. But they did such a good job of like making no, I'm gonna click up here. No, I'm gonna click down here.
Take that.
I hate you forever, Edgeworth and game developers. My finger is not as precise as I thought. Hopefully my logic in doing that was not completely Speak English. You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye. For punching. They'll have to wait till we're off this crime scene. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. On the counter, it wasn't me. On the shower, it wasn't me. It's a fake. Somebody made a fake letter. No, we can just point out your handwriting from the other piece of evidence. Penmanship analysis. What's that? Even this is a bunch of junk. Lie detectors are probably more more credible than handwriting analysis.
Hold it. Take that.
Ba-dum-bum-bum. In. I'm sorry. I did it. It was causing me trouble again. I admit it. Hit the nail on the head, Edgy. I saw the prank princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctor wouldn't let me in. What choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust. You may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. Come on, Edgeworth, tell us how you really feel. Doesn't this also not prove his innocence in any way? Like, it proves he didn't... What did we even prove? We didn't prove that he didn't come in here and stab the guy, did we? Sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene. Like, all we had to do was prove that there was a fire, and it's like, boom, okay, that means he didn't climb down the chimney. I'm kind of like speeding through a bit. I think the next time we play, I'm going to be playing one shot and make my way through that again, which unfortunately, because it'll be second playthrough, I'll be kind of like clicking a lot there too, like kind of speeding through faster than my previous run. But then I also want to, Wednesday morning, when I get home from work, around 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to be playing the new Final Fantasy XIV patch, jumping into the raid and the new dungeons, and maybe the, or maybe both raids, the 24-man and the 8-man. Although I might save some of them for, like, after I sleep. He's gonna bite me. Does this happen right now or in the next chapter? A high-stakes gamble. Okay, we're doing it right now. That's cool. Why Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It's supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too. Yeah, what was Larry doing in here? I think I missed that.
Hold it! Not so fast!
Not so fast. How dare you, sir? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter. Killing intent. Killing prosecutor's intent. I can sense it.
Hold it! Objection! Not so fast!
Not so fast. I also, sometime next week, I am gonna start streaming a little bit of League of Legends too.
Objection!
Although I guess the the latest balance patch made Nunu absolutely nonsense. Only two things I trust: my subordinates and it's the crime scene. Oh yeah. All I do is yawn all the time. Not possible if the samurai sword is the real murder weapon? Really?
Hold it!
Beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? I mean, I suppose we're gonna see, Larry said that he bent it, though.
Hold it!
That piece of evidence's true nature. Are all of the samurai weapons hollow? Whatever.
Objection!
Whatever, there you go. The weapon of heroes throughout history. Like Song Mina. Okay, so why did they take care to establish that it was a weighty weapon? He was like, it's not sharp, but it's got enough. Oh, hey, I didn't even see you pop in there, Excavius. Hi, good to see you. Yeah, I am also a fan of these games. This particular one, I'm not enjoying so much yet, which is kind of bad because I think we're on the final case now. It's I think it's partly because you need Phoenix. You need Phoenix or Apollo, like somebody who is an underdog. Edgeworth is just too confident. And then the fact that they're not taking, like, these arguments aren't taking place in a courtroom means it's never like, oh no, if we get this wrong, this person's gonna be found guilty and go to jail for the rest of their life. Right, this person isn't even arrested yet. We're trying to talk them out of arresting Larry. It's like the stakes just aren't high enough. It feels silly to get a game over. Well, for one thing, the game over bar isn't like the judge's patience. It's just right. Edgeworth is like, bow before my greatness. He's never on the back foot the way Phoenix is on his back foot the entire time until like the last 5 minutes of the case when he's like, I finally got this. I'm finally turning it around. I'm finally making the guy sweat. But so yeah, they took care to establish that the samurai sword is not sharpened, but it is heavy enough to like that you could probably beat something to death. Now we're proving that wrong by saying, oh well, it's a replica, so it would have broken. It's like, then don't say it was heavy. Not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Took a little damage. Oh yeah, the sword and spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. Alright, so we've updated the spear to say what? Because he bent it, Larry couldn't do the early summer range. How is that going to come into play? Impressive. More than enough of your whiny whimpering. Back on topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. I don't have a real strategy per se. See, they're trying to right here, they're trying to infuse him with a little bit of Phoenix, right? Like, I don't have a plan. I'm just going to bullshit and hope that it all works out. That's the first time he's even tried to have that attitude. The whole time it's just been like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Someone didn't know it got changed. Right, stuff, it'll be something like that. Probably. I doubt his record of 40-year will. Ha ha ha. There. Wait, I've already forgotten where we are in the timeline now. Where are we in the timeline? This is after those cases. Okay. We're off on a pointless aside here. Let's get back to the murder trial. That's taking place literally on top of the person who is dead.
Hold it.
As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. It means the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, and let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. Wow, he's being really dramatic now. Alright. The sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask II without bending it. Maybe? We don't have an autopsy report yet. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. Is it? We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon?
Hold it!
It's not on one of the knives right over there?
Not so fast!
Not so fast. I'll make it clear by writing a manga about who the real killer is. I'm gonna press on this to make sure. The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword. Even with luminol, which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Yeah, raise an objection.
Not so fast!
How do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Ha 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 ha. The real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself. My men have already searched every last inch of this embassy. They concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon.
Not so fast! Hold it!
Come on! Couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon. I'll play your game, you rogue. This real weapon that killed Damask II, what exactly is it? If he's hinting at the fact that it's something that nobody could touch, so it's going to be the statue.
Take that!
The National Treasure of Alabast. The Primaduck statue? Yes. And as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? Ha 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 ha. You know very well that if we did, there'd be an international incident. So what are we saying? Somebody picked up the statue and beat him over the head with it? I'll be damned if I let something go. Or did they get switched? Did somebody bring the other statue over here?
Hold it!
He is most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, please, let's be rational about this. Grr! Alright. Hi, doggy. So we should hit a save point very, very soon. And then I gotta go to work. Unable to convince the ambassador, he was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Primaduck statue because he's the real killer. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. Gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? examine the statue anyway. What about causing an international incident?
Hold it!
If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. The action of looking at a statue. Luminol chemiluminescence test. A luminol test. Ah, good thinking. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here. Looks like you hit the jackpot. Looks like you hit the statue on the head. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damask too, so the charge remains. Boop 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 boop. Oh. What do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. What's a definitive piece of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. This could have been here for literally decades. Gutenrich. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. Looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensics guy. I have a name. It's Steve. Results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? No, don't put forensics. His name is Steve. He's a person. Got the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Babalese embassy? The prints belong to him, Mr. Manny Cochin, so. But that's what's going on around here. That's impossible. Each Primadex statue can only be handled by someone of that country. By the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babal's Primadex statue. I called it. I called that. Although, why? Like, it seems silly. It seems silly to, like, make that claim. Obviously, if somebody touched it in order to use it to murder someone, then they could have also got their handprint on it, even though that's not allowed according to the rules. Murderers do sometimes break rules. Can you believe it? The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an alabastian knife in Babal. And Damask too was killed on alabastian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu who visited both countries. Pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. To be continued. So we did not get very far tonight. But I am going to save it and call it quits there, as I got to get ready for work.